Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel SAP Formula. In this video, let us see the concept called availability check. Now, what do you mean by availability check? It is a process of checking the stock availability while creating sales order and delivery. So whenever you create any sales order or delivery, system will show one pop-up screen. Okay. Say for example, I will log in into SAP. I will log in into SAP. Okay. Now I will try to create one new material. I'll go to VA0 MM01 transaction. Okay. I want to create one new material. I will take industry type as a beverage and material type as FERT. Okay. I'll take material type as FERT and I'll copy from the existing material. Okay. Click enter, 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 enter. Okay, so now this is the material code which system is generating 56. The last two digit is 56. Click enter, 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 enter and save it. Now there is no stock for this particular material. Now whenever I try to create a sales order, I'll go to VA01. Okay, ZSOR. I will take sales organization distribution channel division. Okay, and I will take the customer and I will take the customer PO number. Click enter, click enter. Now I will give the material. I will enter order quantity 10. If I click enter, now you can see availability control. Okay. So now what do you mean by availability check? Availability check is nothing but checking the stock availability while creating sales order and delivery. See, I'm trying to create a sales order for the newly created material, and for this material there is no stock. Okay, now you can see the confirmed quantity is zero and the order quantity is 10. Now I will click on complete delivery. Now if I double click on this line item, if I go to schedule lines, okay, if I go to schedule lines, you can see system is showing the confirmed quantity is 0, but on 13th 01/2025, maybe post procurement or post production, system is proposing 13/01/2025 as the date. Okay, so at present we don't have any stock. If there was any stock, system would have been considered today's date as delivery date. Say for example, I will do MB1C. I will do MB1C. Okay, 561 moment. I'll take 561 moment. I will give plant ZZ01. Okay. Now I will give the material. I'll give the material and I will post some stock using MB1C transaction. So after posting the stock, whenever I create a sales order, system will not pop up that screen. Okay. Let me stop this transaction. It is taking some time to load. Let me relog in. Okay. I'll relog in once again. Okay, click enter. I'll go to MB1C screen. Now I will post the stock. I'll take 561 moment. I will take the plant. I will give the material code and I'll give order quantity as 100. Click enter and give the storage location ZZ1F and save this. Okay. So now if I try to create a sales order, I'll go to VA01 screen. Okay. Click order type. Take the order type. Distribution channel, division. Okay. Division and sales organization. Click enter. Now I'll take the customer, I'll take the PO number. Now I will take the material, okay, and I'll give order quantity 10. See, now that pop-up has not come. System is confirming the order. Now say for example, if I give 150, click enter, okay. See, system will show this pop-up screen. See, system is confirming 100. System is confirming 100, but the customer has ordered 150. Out of 150, we have stock of 100. System is proposing that we can deliver the goods of 100 and 50 on 13/01/2025. Now how system is proposing this availability check? System is proposing this availability check. So based on the transfer of order. Okay, based on the transfer of order. See what system will do. System will transfer this order requirement to MD04 screen. So based on the availability check, system will propose this. Okay, system will propose this. Now, before watching this video, I request you to watch transfer of requirement concept, because transfer of requirement concept helps you to understand the functionality of availability check. Now, what is availability check? It is a process of checking the stock while creating sales order and delivery. Now, what are the prerequisites for availability check? Now, these are the prerequisites for availability check. Okay. I'll copy all this, Control C, and I will paste here. So these are the prerequisites. Okay, so these are the prerequisites for availability check. So in Material Master, the availability check should be 01 or 02. So 01 means a daily requirement. So what do you mean by daily requirement? So system will sum all the sales order quantity of a particular day and it will update in single line item in MRP. Now availability check 02. It means that it is individual requirement. So each sales order quantity will be updated separately into MRP along with the sales order number. So we saw these two concepts in the previous video, that is transfer of requirement. Now, what is the second requirement? In schedule line category, the requirement and availability check both should be checked. Okay. Now I'll go to Vivo V6 transaction code, Vivo V6, that is maintain schedule line category. Now what is the schedule line category? Schedule line category is ZY. So I just copied a standard schedule line category which is CP. Okay. Now I'll go to ZY. Okay. Now I will double click on this. Okay. So now here requirement and availability both should be checked. Okay. This is one of the prerequisite if we want to transfer the sales order requirement into MRP. Now what is the second one? Second one is a requirement class. So in requirement class, both requirements and availability both should be checked. Okay. So what is the standard requirement? I have 041. Okay. 041 is a standard requirement class. Now, what is the requirement type? Standard requirement type for regular orders, it is 041. Again, 041. Okay. So, requirement type should be determined into sales order. Now, if I go to VA01 screen, if I go to slash and VA01 screen, okay, click enter. So, I'll take the order type, sales org, distribution channel, and division, click enter. Now, I will take the customer PO number, click enter. Now I'll take the material order quantity 10, click enter. Now if I go to procurement tab, you can see ZZ01 is a requirement type. See, this is the customized requirement type. Okay. So in the last video, I created my own requirement type. So that's why system is proposing ZZ01. So so 041 is a requirement type and this 041 is assigned to requirement class which is 041, and in 041 both requirement and availability has been checked. So that is why I'm asking you before watching this video. So please watch this transfer of requirement, the previous video. Okay. So it will be easy for you to understand the concept of availability check. So now these are the four prerequisites. These are the four prerequisites. Now let us go to configuration part. Okay. Configuration of availability check. Configuration of availability check. Okay. Now the first step is define checking group. So define checking group. Okay. The first one is define checking group. One second. Define checking group. The first one is define checking group. Now, so now what we have to do? So let me go to SAP screen. Let me go to SAP screen. I'll go to slash n SPRO. I'll go to SPRO. Now go to SAP reference IMG. Now go to sales and distribution module. Okay, we have here sales and distribution module. So expand this node. Now go to basic functions. So we have basic functions. So go to basic functions. So in basic functions, we have availability check and transfer of requirement. Now execute this node. Now we have something called availability check here. So execute this node availability check. Now availability check with ATP logic. Okay. So now expand this node. Now these are the configuration steps that we need to perform. So what is the first one? The first one is define checking group. Okay. So define checking group. See, ATP is nothing but available to promise. Okay. ATP is nothing but available to promise. Now execute this. Now execute this. Okay. Now execute this. Now availability check. So what are the standard availability check which we have? So if I go to Excel sheet, so 01 and 02 are the two standard availability check which we have. So 01 is nothing but daily requirement and 02 is nothing but individual requirement. So this is 01 and 02. Okay, 01 and 02. So now what I will do, I'll copy 01. I will click on copy as. Okay. Now I'll create my own, that is Z1. Okay, so Z1, click enter. An entry already exists with the same key. So I'll take N1. Okay, I'll take N1 and I will save this. So what is my availability check here? So availability check is N1. So I will place here, okay? N1 and this I will take N2. Okay, so 01 is standard, but I'm taking N1, my own availability check, and for 02, I will create N2. So now I'll go to SAP screen. Now save this. Okay. Now scroll up. Now I'll take 02, select 02, click on copy as. Now this is N2. This is N2. Click enter and save it. And save it. So now I'll go to this Excel sheet. Okay. So define checking group. So what is the availability check? AVAILABIL. So availability check. Okay. The second one is total sales we had, right? Total sales we had. And next we have is total delivery. Uh, so total delivery we had. Okay. Click enter. So now I will select all these three. Mm, so, okay. It has been overlapped. Now I'll copy this availability check. Okay. Control X and I'll paste somewhere here. Okay. Control V, and next I have is total sales. Control X, and I'll just paste here Control V and Control X, and I'll paste here Control V. Okay. So now what is the availability check which I just created? N1, right? So I'll just highlight this. So this is Control V. So this is N1 and N2. So this is N1 and this is N2 and total sales. So total sales here it was B and this is A and this is also A. So if I go to SAP screen, now you can see I'll just little scroll up. Okay. So these are the two availability check which I created, N1 and N2. Okay. For N1, the total sales is B and total delivery is also B. Now going for N2, total sales is A and total delivery requirement is B. Now what do you mean by A and B? Okay. So in interview, they might ask you a question. So where is the control that for availability check 01, system will accumulate all the sales order quantity of a particular day and updates in single line item in MRP. Okay. So in this concept we saw, correct? So if we come here, okay, so system will sum all the sale order quantity and it will update in a single line in MRP. So where is the control? The control is here. Okay, the control is here. The control is here. Now the next question. So where is the control that for availability check 02, each sales order quantity will be updated separately into MRP along with the sales order number? So the answer is here. Total sales A and total delivery requirement. Okay, this I'll just take requirement. Okay. So total sales A and total delivery requirement A. So this is the control. Okay. So this is the control. In interview, they will ask. So where is the control that system will accumulate all the sales order quantity of a particular day and it will update in single line item in MRP? The answer is total sales B and total delivery requirement is A. So in bracket, I will just write 01 because this is 01 standard, right? So I'll take this 01 and this one I will take as 02. 02. This is individual requirement. So first one is daily requirement and this is individual requirement. Okay. So this is about define checking group. So after this, Okay, so after this, what is the next configuration which we need to do? So define material block for other users. Okay, the second one is define material block for other users. Okay, if I go to SAP screen, I'll come back. Okay, I'll come back. So here we have, so define material block for other users. So in this configuration step, what we will do, so with the combination of availability check and initiator we have. Okay, so with the combination of availability check and initiator, we have to check this block. Okay, so this initiator specifies the transaction which you want to block. Now I'll go to new entries. Okay, so what is the availability check N1? Okay, and what is the next availability check? So we have N2, right? So now what I want to do, now I'll give A here. Okay, so what is A? So A means order. Now I'll give N1, and again I will give B. Okay, so this N1, so N1 with A combination and N1 with B combination. So I'll give B. So B means delivery note. Now next I have N2. So N2 with A combination, and again I have N2 with B combination. Now check this. Now check this. See, now what is the importance of this configuration is that, see, the result of this configuration step is that if multiple users are performing availability check at the same time for the same material in the same plant, then system will perform availability check for the first user and it will block the availability for the other users. Say for example, I will save this. Okay, I will save this. Now I will save this. Now what I will do, I will go to material master. I'll go to slash o mm02. Okay, I'll go to slash o mm02. Now I will take the material, click enter. Okay. So now I will go to sales or sales general plan data. So now what I will do, I'll give N1, click enter. Okay. So I'm giving N1 here. I'll just go to the tab, sales general plan tab. So I gave N1, which is daily requirement, and I will try to save this. Okay. So now what I will do, I'll copy this material, Control C. Now I'll try to create sale order slash and VA01. Okay. Click enter. Now I'll take the customer. I will take the PO number. Click enter. Now I'll give the material. I'll give order quantity 10. Now, so now this is the first user. This is the first user. Now suppose if I try to create a sales order once again, slash and VA01, okay, click enter for the same material, for the same plant, okay, for the same material and for the same plant. Click enter. Now I'll take the material, click enter and enter the order quantity, okay. Now you can click enter. See, no control data maintained for checking group and checking rule A. So see, few more configurations are pending here. Okay, we need to perform few more configurations. See what will happen if you try to create a sales order for the same material in the same plant by the other user. When already one more user is creating the order, system will not perform the availability check, that we will see. So once the configuration is completed, okay, so this is about the initiator. So initiator A means at the time of sales order, initiator B means at the time of delivery. So since we have two availability check, so for both the availability check at the time of sale order creation, at the time of delivery, we need to maintain this combination. So now I will save this configuration. So now I'll go to this Excel sheet. Okay. So define a material block for the user. So this was with the combination of availability check and the initiator. So with the combination of availability check and initiator, so INITIATOR initiator. Okay. So N1 with A and N1 with B and N2 with A and B with N2. Okay, this was a combination which we maintained. Okay, so this is one of the configuration. So in which transaction we need to block if the user is trying to create sales order at the same time for the same material and in the same plant. Okay, this is the configuration step. Now, what is the next configuration we have? Next configuration is I'll go to SAP screen. I'll go to SAP screen. Now come back. Now come back. Now again come back. Save this and come back. So now we have define checking groups default values. Okay. So define checking group default values. So the third configuration is define checking group, define, define checking group default values. Okay. So in this configuration step, with the combination of material type. Okay. So with the combination of, so I'll just write here material type, planned. So we will assign the availability check. Okay. So we will assign the availability check. So with this combination, okay. So with this combination, we will assign the availability check. So now what is a material type? Say for example, we have FERT is a material type, and what is a plant? ZZ01 is a plant. So what is the availability check? N1. Now again FERT and again plant is ZZ01 and availability check is N2. And the check is N2. So now I'll go to SAP screen. Now execute this define checking groups for default values. Okay. Now execute this. Okay, now go to new entries. So FERT and what is the plant ZZ01, click enter. Now again FERT ZZ0101, okay, 01, and this is N1 and this is N2. Click enter. Click enter. Okay, I'll just try to remove this. So remove this and remove this also. Click enter. Okay, so now I'll try to delete this. So with one combination, let me do that. So I'll just take this here. Okay, and save this and save this and save this. Okay, now come back. So this combination is done. So this combination is done. So now what is the next combination we have? So we have carry out control for availability check. So if I go to SAP screen, okay, come back. Come back. So now carry out control for availability check. So this is the next configuration step we have. Okay, I'll go to SAP screen. Okay. So what is the fourth configuration we have? So carry out control for availability check. Okay. So now we config carry out control for availability check with the combination of availability check and checking rule. So this is very important step. Okay. So this is very important step. So with the combination of availability check and checking rule. Okay. With the combination of availability check and checking rule. So I'll just copy this availability check. So with the combination of availability check and checking rule. Okay. So with the combination of both availability check and checking rule, we will perform this. So I'll just paste that here. Okay. And I will extend this here a little bit. Okay. So we have checking rule A and B. Okay. So we have checking rule A and B. So A means order, B means delivery. Okay. A means order. Okay. And B means delivery. Checking rule. So checking rule A means order, checking rule B means delivery. So now what is our checking rule N1? Sorry, availability check. So what is our availability check N1 and what is the checking rule? Checking rule is A and what is the availability check N1? Checking rule is B and again N2 with A combination and again N2 with B combination Okay. So these are the configuration steps that we need to perform in this tab. Okay, carry out control for availability check. Okay, so A means what? So A means sales order, B means what? B means delivery. So in general, so we have one transaction code. Okay, so we have a transaction code, so which is called as OVZ9. OVZ9. So this is the important transaction which is OVZ9. So now I'll go to SAP screen. Okay, I'll just come back. Okay, so carry out control for availability check, execute this. Okay, so now what I will do, I will select this line item. So I will select this line item. I can click on copy as option also. See, we have so many controls here. Okay, we have so many controls here. So come back. So now what I will do, simply I'll go to new entries. So what is the availability check? Availability check is N1. And what is the checking rule? A. Click enter. Click enter. Okay. So now here what you have to do, you have to include sales requirement and include delivery requirement. So check this both. So check this both and save this. See what is A? A means sales order. Okay, now save this. Click enter and save this. And save this. Now come back. Now come back. Again copy this. Click on copy as. Now give here B. So what is B? So B means delivery. Okay, B means what? SD delivery here. Okay, N1 with B combination. If you see N1 with B combination is nothing but delivery. So save this. Now come back. Okay. Now again for N2 we have to do correct. So now what I will do, I'll copy this, click on copy as, I will change here N2. Okay, N2, click enter, enter. Now save it. Now select the same line item, click on copy as. Now I will take this as B. Click enter, enter and save it. Enter, enter and save it. So this is the configuration step which we completed. Now come back. Now, what is the next configuration we need to do? We need to find procedure by requirement class. So now I'll go to SAP screen. I'll go to Excel sheet. So what is the next configuration we have? So fifth one we have. So define, define procedure by requirement, by requirement. Okay. So define procedure by by requirement. So now, depending upon requirement class. Okay. I'll just write down here. So requirement class, and next we have is availability. So next is availability and we have requirement. Okay. So now what is a requirement class? So 041 is a standard requirement. Okay. So now you have to check this too. Check. And here also you have to check. Okay. So I'll just highlight this. Okay. So for this requirement class, so my requirement type is ZZ01. Okay. So my requirement type. Okay. Where is the requirement type? So the requirement type will be determined. Okay. Okay. So since these are standard, so these are standard. So I think mine is ZZ01. So ZZ01 is a requirement type. So let us see this also. Okay. So now, the requirement class standard is 041. Okay. Don't get confused between requirement type and requirement class. See, we will assign requirement class to requirement type. In standard, 041 is a requirement type and in standard, 041 is a requirement class. Okay. So now let us perform this configuration. So I'll go to SAP screen. I'll go to SAP screen. Now define procedure by requirement class. Execute. Now 041. So for 041, availability as well as requirement. So both are checked. Okay. Both are checked. So this configuration is also one of the prerequisite for the availability check. Okay. Now come back. Now come back. So what is the next one we have? So define procedure for each schedule line category. Okay. So define procedure for each schedule line category. Sixth one, define. So define procedure for each schedule line category. For each schedule line category. So now, so what is the schedule line category? So what is the schedule line category? So the schedule line category is ZY. So which I created my own. Okay. For this schedule line category, the availability and the requirement type both should be checked. Okay. So both should be checked. So I'll just go to schedule line category. Schedule line category is ZY. So I'll go to here. So I'll execute this function. So define procedure for each schedule line category. Execute this. Okay. So now what is the schedule line category? ZY. Correct. Go to ZY. Okay. You can see For schedule and category ZY, both availability and the requirement both has been checked. Okay. So now come back. Now, so determine procedure for each delivery item category. Now execute this. So here we don't have to do anything. So what is our item category? ZTAZ is the item category, delivery item category. So here what will happen? Suppose if see here it is blank, I will click on F4. I will click on F4. Okay, let me click here F4. Okay. So if I click on F4, what is blank? So blank means check availability. So X means do not check availability. Y means do not check availability when reporting results of picking request. Okay. So usually it will be blank. So check availability. So we need to perform the availability check. So that's why for delivery item category, this is not sales order item category. So this is delivery item category that should be blank here. So X means what? System will not perform the availability check. Correct, right? So the system will not perform the availability check in delivery document. So in standard, we have to perform availability check in delivery document also, both in sales order as well as in delivery document. In both the cases, we need to perform the availability check. So I'll come back. Okay, now I'll come back. So data was changed. Do you want to save? Click on yes. Okay, click on continue. So now what is the next one we have? So define default settings. So this one, okay. So define default settings. So execute this. Okay. So now what is your sales area? I'll go to ZZ01. ZZ01. Distribution channel, I think ZW, and ZL is the division. Click enter. Click enter. So now we have this fixed date and quantity, and we have availability check rule. Okay. So what do you mean by this availability checking rule? So this field controls which screen should pop up when stock is not available in sales order. Okay, so which screen should pop up? Now coming to this fixed date and quantity, if you check this, then system will not allow to do back order processing. Okay, if you check this, system will not allow you to do back order processing. So what do you mean by back order processing? So whenever high delivery priority customer places order, and if the stock is not available, then we will go back to the open order of low delivery priority customer, and we will cancel that confirmation and assign it to high delivery priority customer. So this is about back order. So if you check this, system will not allow to perform back order processing. And what is the functionality of this? So this field controls which screen should pop up when stock is not available in sales order. Okay, now save this. Now come back of the screen. So now what I'll do, I'll go to the material master. I'll go to /n mm02. Okay. So /n mm02. So now 556 was the material which I created just now, right? So click enter, enter. Now I'll go to general plan data, and I will change this as N1. I'll take this as N1. Click enter and save it. Click enter and save it. So now I will try to post the stock in this plant. I'll go to MB1C. I'll go to MB1C. Now movement type is 561. Plant is ZZ01. Now this is the material. I want to post a stock of 10,000 in storage location ZZ1F. Click enter and save it. And save it. Okay. So now I will maintain the price for this material. I'll go to /n VK11. Okay, ZZPR is my condition type. I will select the material, click enter. Okay, now give the material and how much. For example, 100 rupees you want to sell 100 INR, click enter and save it. Now I'll go to VA01 /n VA01, click enter. Now I'll take the customer, click enter, click enter. Now I'll give the material and 100 quantity stock. I'll give click enter. Okay. So now at the same time, what I will do, see, our user is trying to create a sales order for this particular material, in a plant ZZ01. So if I go to procurement tab, okay, so this is my requirement type. So ZZ01, this is a customized requirement type which I created in the last video. So please watch that video how to create customized requirement type. But requirement class is standard 041. Now I'll come back, cancel this. Okay. So now a user is trying to create a sales order for this particular material and in this plant. So now at the same time, if any other user slash and VA01, okay, click enter, enter. Now give material auto quantity 10, click enter, okay. So now, double click on this, go to condition tab, go to schedule line tab. So, system has confirmed this. So now here also click enter. Okay. Double click on this. So 56 is the material code. And in this case also 56, and here also 56 we have. So now come back. See, since stock is there, correct? Since the stock is there, that's why it is confirming, I think so. So now what I will do, I will change the order quantity here. I'll change the order quantity here. So since the stock is there, that's why it is not blocking, I think. So I'll give 1 lakh, click enter. So here system will show that stock is not there. So that's why, see, all these things will come based on the configuration only. So once you complete all these steps, correct, so system will show this pop-up screen that this is the mid, so this is the stock which we have. So if you see, we have here 1 lakh. Okay. So here you can see this, no, this is 1 lakh. So customer is asking for 1 lakh, but in our inventory, we have only 10,000. Okay. So system is consuming this 10,000, and open balance is 90,000. Okay. Click on one time delivery. Okay. So now double click on this. If you go to schedule line tab, you can see 10,000 has been confirmed. 10,000 has been confirmed. So this is how availability check function will work in SAP. So before watching this video, so please watch transfer of requirement which I created, which I showed in the last session. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you have any doubts, please raise your question in the comment box. I'll be happy to answer. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe because it will help you to give the notification of my upcoming video. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.